I really want to talk about this Joel Embiid situation. You sent me you shared a tweet me about Joel Embiid appearing in 91 games since he won the MVP, while Jokic, who I think that year they were like neck and neck on MVP, and then Embiid went crazy those last few games. I remember saying that he kind of went crazy and kind of earned it because he was going crazy down the stretch there. He played very hard to get to that MVP. So he got the MVP, but since then, Jokic has 87 triple doubles, not 87 appearances. He's got 87 triple doubles. He's got almost as many triple doubles as Embiid has had appearances since Embiid has won the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on there in Philly, man? Like, is it time is it time yet in Philly, man?
For what? What are you going to do? You have that massive contract you signed him to. What are you going to do?
It's massive too, man. It's a lot of money. I'm glad. Listen, you know how I feel about these things. I want no injury prone guys. And then I hate expensive injury prone guys. So anything more I hate than injury prone guys is very expensive injury prone guys. And that's what Joel would be. Joel would be with any team that would look to get his services from the 76ers. Are the 76ers like, well, I mean, what are they looking like, man?
Well,
are they looking to build around, or are you still in build around him mode? I mean, you got to think about it. He still averages. He's still a beast when he's out there. You know what I mean? He's going to give you. He averages 27 points. The problem is he's only appeared in 34 games, but he's going to give you 27, 8, and 4. That's some good points right there. I mean, but you got to do that more than 34 times. That's interesting, man. That's interesting.
Well, they lucked out, right? They lucked out with their draft picks, right? They've got their 2 guards, so you got that for you. But you're kind of stuck with the contract that you give them. Luckily, the cap will go up for the next couple of years, and so no one's taking the contract. And I mean, good thing you landed on the draft. You have the rookie contract for the next couple of years, and by the time, hopefully, when you have to resign your rookie, he's gone. So then you can, because you have a good team. But with Joel, it's just it's one of those things. It's almost like the Trae Young thing. You were hoping it's going to happen. It just never happened.
He's a great player, man. Like,
he is.
It's. I mean, you're almost looking at that, and you're saying, well, how much money is this worth? Like, if I can get a guy, because he's got kind of the Zion issue going, but maybe with a little more with some more consistency, I guess. I'm not sure. I have to go back there and see what the stats say. But I know that league-wide, Joel's looked at as above Zion. They're not looked at exactly on the same level. The guy's good when he plays, man. He had 35, I think, tonight. See, he had 35 points. And I think he played like 28 minutes. I gotta look and see, maybe. That's how many minutes he played. But he had 35 points, man. I mean, when you're seeing stuff like that, that's kind of hard to – I mean, that's hard to give up, right? I mean, 35 points in 28 minutes, Eugene?
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't – you don't want to count on that. So, and then when he falls to the ground, you're like –
every time. There's a problem right there.
You hold your breath.
Fall to the ground every and you're going to hold your breath every time. I'm sorry. With a guy like that, it's going to be every single time. You don't get to skip any times of breath holding, Eugene. You're holding your breath. If he falls 50 times, all 50.
Yeah, right.
But the scores, man, 35, 26, 27, 33, 35, man. I don't know, man. I might have to, Eugene, if I could just bubble wrap the guy, man, and pull a Kawhi Leonard, just get the guy, bubble wrap him into the playoffs or something like that, man. Trying to drop him there. see, can you put together a string of 20, 30 games for us, champ? Give us that 25 to 30. That's what keeps them in the league, man. I mean, it's just being so great when you play. Do you think any team would take a flyer on that then at that point?
I mean, you're only taking that flyer on the expiring contract when the contract expiring. You're not taking anything over it now. I mean, unless it's one of those things where you're gonna throw a first round pick at it. It's like you take him, and then we're gonna give this your first round, right? You're gonna get a first round pick, and in Philly, you better make sure that's protected, just in case. But that's the only scenario where you're gonna take it. But again, if you're Philly, you're still in the hunt. Like, you're still in the playoffs. Like, you're not desperate to make that change. You're not like New Orleans, who's in tank mode. You're not in like the Wizards, who are in tank mode. Like, you're legit a playoff team right now. And I know you had fallen because of injuries, but yeah, you're still in the playoffs. You're maybe in the play-in game because of just all the injuries, but you're still there with that. And like you said, with the whole bubble wrap scenario, maybe you get lucky in the East, and
they're 7th right now, 40 and 33. So you're right. They're right in the hunt. They're not in crash mode yet, man.
Exactly. It's not like, again, it's not like, oh my gosh, you look at 7th. It's not like all the teams are like so far apart from each other, right? It's like, right, they're in 7th, but our lovely Hawks are 11.5 games. Philly is only 12.5. They're 1.5 games behind, or 1 game behind.
Correct. They're right there because we're at 41 and 32. They're 40 and 33. They're literally 1 game behind.
Right. And then if you look down below, Orlando's 14. They're like 14, like they're 14 games behind. And so again, it's not like it's a big makeup. So it could happen. But I like to do, but yeah, you're Philly. No one's taking that contract. You signed up for way too much money. You did it to yourself, dude. You're on your own.
It's interesting. I wonder if teams will look at those points, man, and say, you know what, if we can get him on our team, man, I want him to score those 20 to 30 for us. Might only be for 40 games a season, but hey, man, you know what I mean? They're like, hey, depends on where those 40 are. I'll take those 30 points, man. That looks nice. Yeah. But the 76ers, to be honest with you, probably should just hold pat at this point. They probably should hold pat. I mean, and just keep playing. Just keep the band together right now, because what else are you going to do? We got Paul George's. I think that contract's worse, in my opinion.
Oh, that's
Paul
pretty
George
bad.
contract, but he came back and did pretty good tonight too, as well. So if him and Embiid can stay on the court, and this team can be realized with Maxey and all the guys, and they can be realized as where they envision it, then maybe they like geniuses at the end of the day, holding on to Embiid. You never know, especially if he can put together some kind of playoff run. But I do find that was a very interesting tweet. And Embiid, in order to change that trajectory, what do you do now? Does he have to win? Because a lot of people felt like that MVP was questionable anyway. Some people, I wouldn't say a lot of people, because I don't know it statistically, but I know that some people felt like the MVP was like a Jokic fatigue type situation. They just didn't want to give it to Jokic. So if Embiid had done anything that even it looked like he had warranted it, then they were going to give it to Embiid, and he definitely warranted it down the stretch. Now removed from that, I wonder if it now gives more credibility to those people who made those kinds of statements, of feeling like, hey, they just gave it to Embiid because they were tired of giving it to Jokic. Do you think that any more credibility now down the stretch, or is that just talk? And
I think it's talk. I mean, I remember that season. I know we can talk about the whole where he ducked Jokic, and maybe he did, but he was so dominant in every other game. And again, if you want to hold the Jokic game where he ducked the game and he didn't play against Jokic, fine. But he was, to me, that year, he was the MVP of that year. And I don't want to talk about the past. I don't want to talk about now. But that year, I mean, he just looked the MVP to me.
He locked in down the stretch there.
He locked
really
right.
going in.
That to me, I mean, again, if I'm gonna watch the 82 game season back, fine. But to me, he looked like the MVP that year. Now Jokic obviously since then is definitely been better, and obviously that fine. I'm not gonna argue, but that moment, that season, he had it. He went after it. It's just like that was like that's where you want from him, from the past and out to the future, doing it every season. And I think that's where his body said, and I just think it's a body thing. His body will not allow him to do these things. And that was a moment where his body's like, we can do it for you 1 year. We'll give you 1 year, dude. But after this, we can't do it. But I think he's like, I'm gonna attack it. I'm gonna go for it. And I think he did it. And his body is like, cool, we're done. You can't do it anymore, dude. Or you're done. And I think that's what's proven. Like he attacked for the MVP, he got it, and he paid the price for it. And his body is bailing out on it at this point.